Good afternoon, and for those who celebrate the holidays, may I wish you a happy Festivus and any other holiday that happens to take place on the 23rd of December that you celebrate. Festivus is the only one that I remember. And the thing I like about Festivus is the feats of strength, which my feat of strength has been just doing some sit up off the couch and go do something. That's been my exercise today, and it's worked very well. I've gotten some things accomplished. And then there's always the airing of grievances. And, I've just been so grateful today because my stepdaughter and her husband, my son-in-law, are here for a week. And he's very functional with his hands and tools. And he and I together, under his direction, decreased the irritating noise of the fan in the upstairs bathroom by about 98%. So it's hardly noticeable. The sound is. And just everybody's so happy with it because it was an irritating fan sound before. Whatever. And I had never thought about this, but when you have a fan, the purpose of the fan is either to blow air out or to pull air in. Now, a bathroom fan is meant to pull air in, moist air, maybe from the shower, whatever, but it pulls air in, and then it blows it up through some series of tubes and out the roof or out somewhere. But when it's pulling this moist air, and sometimes it's pulling over the years dust that might have been in the atmosphere, you can see it when the light's coming through, that dust. You can go, oh, it's really dusty today, but actually it's dusty like that all the time. But when that fine dust has maybe 40 years, I'm guessing, to accumulate on a fan, plastic fan. The motor's metal, but the fan itself is plastic and heavy duty, built 40 years ago. They built plastic strong. Back then it's still surviving, spinning around like this for 40 years. But the accumulation of dust on the inside of that fan, well, let me just say, it literally seemed to take about an hour to get the accumulated dust and grime off. And it was accomplished. And when it was all put back together again skillfully by my son-in-law, who paid attention when he took it apart so he could put it back together with a few extra pieces he made for it to make it even quieter, it just hums like it's brand new. And being a recycling type of person, it just makes me so grateful that I didn't have to find another fan and install it, which is just never a simple process, or hasn't been for me in the past. I'm just grateful. So today, instead of airing my grievances, I'm going to err on the side of gratefulness. So I'm going to air my gratefulnesses. So I'm very grateful for having functional younger people, less than half my age, in my life for now and for the future. Hopefully I'll remain fairly functional, but one never knows. one never knows when one's function's just going to depart. But one doesn't want to hold that thought necessarily, but whether you hold it or not, sometimes it just happens. Okay, so I asked Arlen for one card for the world for today, and this is the card that we got. This is the Knight of Discs or Pentacles. In the tarot, they're the same thing. Has to do with your wealth. Has to do with the things that you possess that are useful to you, like fans. And the Knight of each of the decks is the number 12 card, so it's both a 12 and a 3. And that number is about expansion, manifestation, growth, abundance, creativity, and experimentation. Well, let's just put this little washer in there and see if it decreases the sound even more. Worked. The Knight of Pentacles is also related to the Earth in terms of the zodiac. It's related to the Earth. And it's about resources, health, finances, senses, nature, legacy, and it's associated with the body. The key words for the Knight of Pentacles, and we only got this one card for this day of possible Festivus. Key words are responsibility, steadfastness, determination, persistence, inflexibility, pragmatic exploration. We did a lot of that, two nights of the round fanning. So we've clarified our ambitions, we know what we want to accomplish, and fix our eyes on the future. We're moving with determination and resolution toward our big, beautiful goal. And for me, it's this transformation that's going to take place in consciousness during and at the end of this 28-year cycle of cleansing, which completes on March 24th of 2025, in case you haven't heard me say that before. Or you might have heard me say 23rd, and I actually had to change it to the 24th because of the Mayan calendar. And unless the Mayan calendar's off, and I'm doubting that, I would say more my calendar was a day off. But we're moving with determination and resolution toward our big, beautiful goal, which is consciousness rising and a state of compassion, clarity, kindness, open-heartedness, and peace. It feels more important to go at a steady pace than to rush forward. And although we're eager to prove our value, we refuse to be pressured or hurried along. Focused as we are, sometimes we get a bit headstrong, a bit attached to our own path, a bit reluctant to hear other ideas. This need for safety and comfort, this effort to balance stubbornness with security, this powerful sense of attention and calm is the quiet confidence of the Knight of Pentacles. In planting a seed, we commit to a particular path of growth, declare to the earth and the rain and the sun that we intend to cultivate something specific, and attending to this seed's needs, in devoting ourselves to its care, we invest in that growth, put our own love and effort into this ongoing process. This knight is a person who sets a course and is determined to follow it in spite of obstacles, challenges, or unexpected shifts along the way. Just as a rock climber is deliberate and cautious with every movement, unable to rush their progress but knowing that they'll eventually reach an epic and incredible destination, the Knight of Pentacles relishes every step of the progress, refusing to be pressured into another path. Discipline is a powerful skill, and consistent forward motion can be wildly effective in reaching our goals. We take pride in our abilities and our devoted, methodical efforts. Yet we need to balance that pride with a willingness to try something new, to learn as we go, to trust our bodies and instincts if something feels off. We may believe that what we are doing needs to be done, but is there really only one way to accomplish our goal? The challenge of the Knight of Pentacles is in recognizing where we are in a particular journey and being able to shift our perspective. And I would say that's something that's necessary to do continuously over the next 3 months as we move towards the completion of this cleansing. Shift our perspective, shift our perspective, shift our perspective. If we just keep doing something that isn't effective, we may destroy our own accomplishments. If we keep watering a plant that's drowning, if we keep using a fertilizer that isn't actually offering the necessary nourishment, that plant will die. Flexibility can be a challenging skill to learn, but it also empowers us to adjust, to find new gifts, and to mature as a person. The last bit. From a numerological perspective, Knights balance the energy of the Hanged One and the Empress, the 12 and the 3. Just as they find joy in the process of growth and exploration, they may also get hung up on obstacles, getting frustrated by stagnation or tangled up in complex choices. There's wisdom in carefully monitoring every step, but there's also joy to be found in shifting landscapes, changing horizons, new viewpoints. Instead of measuring progress only by analytical means, instead of devoting themselves to only one method of expression, the Knight of Pentacles invites us to show ourselves generosity in experience, to allow ourselves to find satisfaction in different ways. Adapting to shifting goals or circumstances is not a weakness. The Knight of Pentacles asks us to examine where we are being steadfast and where we're simply being stubborn. There's magic to a steady pace, beauty to discover in slow and patient movement, but sometimes it's necessary to shake things up, blaze a new trail, activate different resources. If you're so obsessed with your ultimate goal that you're missing the scenery along the way, consider how you can incorporate more pleasure into your efforts. That's the tarot card for today, the Knight of Discs or Pentacles, and may you have a lovely rest of your day. Now must go.